I absolutely loved the Aveda Botanical Repair. It definitely did better than any other hairstyling product I've ever tried. I have had continuous problems with a cowlick on the right side of my head. No matter what hair gel I used, no matter what hairspray it was, I always had to fight it, essentially, with those hair products. Hair gels would always leave my hair sticking together and it would always have that sort of gelled look to it. Pastes would always they would make my hair look more grayish in color because they're almost always white. Same as clays, which were more of a bluish tint. They would I had to use a lot of them and they never sort of did exactly what I wanted. They would say super strong hold on them and it wouldn't really work. And after a day out in the windy weather or even rainy weather, and my hair would be back to a mess. This, applying it damp like it says on the bottle, leaving it to dry, and then I'd brush it through just to make sure that it didn't look like it was stuck together. As can be seen, I've been using it and I love it. I don't have to use a lot of it. It's literally just a tiny drop. I would then apply it to damp hair and it does exactly what I wanted it to do. I have no complaints. It smells really nice as well, with Aveda's own fragrance, as it says on the back of the bottle.
Yeah, I really enjoyed using this actually. It's so it smells like herbal. I really enjoyed that sensation. I wouldn't say it's got very much hold in it, but I would definitely say that my hair was more protected after I used it. If I'm gonna do a big voluminous hairstyle, I probably won't use this, but if I'm just doing general heat styling, then I will use this because I know that my hair's gonna be protected and nourished. So when I put it in my hair and I used it with my Dyson Airwrap compared to my other cream, it didn't hold my hairstyle as voluminous, but it did leave it feeling really nourished and hydrated. So I would use it if I didn't want as much volume.
This for me was a test because I love Olaplex and I also love my other Aveda styling foam. So knowing that this is kind of a 2-in-1, I was like, I need it. It's got my name written all over it. Number one, I really wash my hair once a week if that. And they do say to apply it to damp or wet hair. I did try it on dry hair and I'll be honest, I found it really hard to distribute the product because it is a cream. I found myself putting too much on. You can see it's really lightweight. I have put way too much on, but when you put it onto dry hair, you have to really work it into your hands to distribute it more evenly. It does work so much better on damp and dry hair, so that I would recommend. I've used it today on dry hair just to help with the style and lock it in place. I'll be honest, the static control that this gives is incredible. I found my blow dry much smoother. The style was locked into place for longer as well. However, I do prefer using the Aveda Nutriplenish styling foam just because it's a little bit lighter. And as my hair is so blonde, I find you can see when things aren't worked in correctly. And it's just, for me, it's easier to use. I can imagine this being really great for someone who washes their hair a lot. I don't. Another bonus of this for me is the fact that it can protect your hair for up to 230-degree heat. So it's nice to use less products on my hair because it can weigh it down. So knowing that this had heat protection in and would give me a smoother blow dry was a really good bonus. So the plant extracts in this that they've built actually grip onto the outer layer, which is called the F layer of the hair, to mimic a protective layer. It basically fills in all the gaps to give you that protection. So it's nice to know that you're using a natural product on your hair, unlike, some can be full of chemicals. This is more natural. It's a great product, but I think it is better for someone who styles their hair more, washes their hair more. I know it can be used for hair types from a 1A to a 3C, and it's for all hair types as well. But if you were looking for more of the granular detail, it's those types to look out for.
It's been a very interesting one with this product. I've tried quite a few styling creams. I'm always looking for that perfect styling cream, especially for my curls, to make them nice and tight. So I'd say this is almost more, for me, function over form. I feel like it's benefiting my hair a lot more than the actual styling of it. It's a very light texture, so you don't get that really tight hold. It's a lot looser. It does, however, still keep your style, but in a very kind of loose, wispy sort of way. So you don't get the hard crunch that you can get with some styling creams, which is really nice. I love that. I love that your hair can still feel really soft without being all crunchy and nasty. Instead of keeping my hair tight, it keeps the form, but it makes them more voluminous. So what I really like is that I can, just depending on the day, decide what sort of form I want my curls to take. So I can either use my usual styling cream and make them all tight, or I can use this one and make them much bigger and more voluminous and lighter. So I love that I now have that option.